Everybody, in this short video what we're going to look at is we're going to look at Python virtual environments, how to create them, how to activate them, and how to deactivate them in a Windows environment. As well, we're going to look at something called the Requirements.txt file. Okay, so I've created a new folder and a Python file in there, and I'm going to open up terminal and type Python space -m venv, which is a built-in Python module, and then I'm going to provide a name called myenv for my virtual environment. Give it a few seconds and Python will create a folder for you called myenv, the name of whatever you chose for your virtual environment, and we can see here that we have a bunch of files in here, and the ones that we're going to use are activate and deactivate. So I'm going to try to call the activate by navigating through the file system and take a look. You're going to get a little security exception. So to view the exception policy, we'll do get-execution policy, and you'll see it's restricted. So we've got to change that if we want to activate our virtual environment. So we'll say set execution policy space, and we'll set it to unrestricted, and for the current user. Okay, now we should have set it, so now we'll get the execution policy and you'll see it's unrestricted. Perfect. Now we'll be able to hopefully activate our script, and there you see it. Now if you see your virtual environment name surrounded by parentheses, that means it's active. And if we do a pip list here to see what's inside of there in terms of packages, all we see is our pips in there and some basic setup tools. To deactivate the virtual environment, we just hit deactivate. If I do a pip list out here, this is in the global environment, and in my case I have a whole bunch of things installed in the global environment which are not going to be inside of my project, because now I have put a sandbox around my project. And now my project will not be affected by these package versions in the global space. And in fact, they don't have access to them. So to show you something a little more interesting, what we can also create is something called a requirements.txt file. So I run the command pip space freeze, the greater sign, requirements.txt. And note where I am. I'm in the global space. So if I look at that requirements here, you'll see these are all of the packages and the packages versions that are in the global space. That's probably not what I want for my package, is it? So remember, what you're going to have to do is we need to activate our virtual environment again. So let's activate the virtual environment again. The name of your virtual environment /scripts/activate, hit enter, and try to run this again. Pip freeze, greater sign, requirements.txt. And let's take a look at that. Okay, it's empty because the pip itself and the setup tools, they are not viewed as requirements. Okay, so those don't show up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a package here, a very popular package called Flask. So pip install -u, capital U, Flask, and I got this from their website. Hit enter, and you'll see here that it installed a whole bunch of things. And now let's check to see what's installed in this virtual environment by running our pip list. And you can see here, when you install Flask, you get a bunch of other packages as well. So Flask is one of the things, and we get a whole bunch of other things as well. Okay, so what if we wanted to make a requirements file from this? Well, let's run our pip freeze command again and take a look. So it automatically updated the requirements.txt file for you. The beautiful thing about these requirements files the requirements.txt files, is that you can download projects from other places and they're probably not going to include the packages because that's going to be increase the size quite a bit. But you can use these requirements to install the exact versions that work with that project. And now our project, again, has a sandbox around it, and it will use those versions. Okay, so now I hope you can see the benefits of this. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon.